Well, open the door, slap Paul Heyman right in the face yet again. Well, it happened again. The road to WrestleMania is now underway. We are off the on-ramp. We are getting off the highway of 2007, and we're going right into WrestleMania. With the stop and no way out, of course. But tonight was the 21st annual Royal Rumble. And that was pretty much the keynote match. There were 5 matches tonight, and most of them you could just go into the bathroom for. And might as well get started. Match number 1, Ric Flair versus Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. Standard match. Chop, punch, back body drop, repeat on Ric Flair. He fell on his face. Got really sweaty. Remember this. There's a warning label for every Ric Flair match. Warning. Ric Flair is competing tonight. The first 10 rows are gonna get wet. However, it ended with the overused finisher of the Playmaker, and if you know what I'm talking about, that was originally Randy Orton's finisher before he used the other overused finisher, the Cutter. But he reversed it into a figure 4 leg lock, and that move seemingly has made another person tap. Your winner, Ric Flair. No title change, of course, because the United States title doesn't even matter anymore. Y2J versus JBL. Holy shit. Not much really anything to discuss there. I mean, it was your standard match. They were beating the hell out of each other. Somewhere along the line, Y2J gets bloodied up. Then something happens. They go outside of the ring. Y2J hits JBL with a chair. Y2J is disqualified. You win to JBL. And then we get to see it. Some Canadian guy named Chris strangle an innocent person nearly to death. Until the ref stopped it, of course, and I wish that would have happened in some other places. Rey Mysterio takes on the Great Edge, being accompanied, of course, by the Edge twins, who look nothing like him. Strong match. Better of the 2 title matches, in my opinion. Earlier in the match, the Edge heads were ejected from ringside. Of course, why couldn't Vicky Guerrero say no? She's the interim GM. But I guess with Teddy Long back, his invisible power returns. Or Maria came out and did her kiss cam. It's like the first time in 17 months she did her kiss cam. Where Ashley came out and asked her, "Do you want to pose for Playboy magazine?" Santino Marella comes out, obviously. I mean, we're going to see this again. We're going to keep seeing this for a couple of weeks until it's finally announced. She's going to do it. However, she did it like 2 months ago, and no one cares. In fact, here's something you should know. If you're watching this, you pretty much can figure out it already happened. Hell, if you have half of a goddamn brain, you figure out that it happened. Because why would they bring it up unless it had already happened? Granted, WrestleMania 20 was a different story, but you know what? It's whore number 1 asking whore number 2 to pose for the magazine. Santino comes out with some person wrapped in a shroud. It looked like not a shroud, more like a tarp. And he revealed it, and guess what? It is Big Dick Johnson with the logo of some sports team they're facing in some sports game. You know, it's the opposite in New York. It's some sports game. I can't really say the name. And that's next Sunday anyway, so this will all be forgotten long before then. Then we had our great match. The match everybody was waiting for. Jeff Hardy versus RKO Randy Orton, the champion. And guess what happened? 2 minutes into the match, Jeff Hardy dives, does a drop kick, baseball slide drop kick and hits Randy Orton, and Randy Orton hits the back of his head on the goddamn guardrail, basically concussing himself. He was pretty much out for part of the match. In fact, he was walking around aimlessly like, he's looking for his slippers or something. And that was, I mean, standard finish, RKO, pin, done. Now it's time for the Royal Rumble. Now, are you ready to rumble? Because I wasn't. I'm tired of hearing it. And guess what? I felt dirty. I felt really sad inside. Because Michael Buffer announced the start of the Royal Rumble. Michael, WCW, Let's Get Ready to Rumble Buffer. And they began the match. You know, first two people from the last year's Royal Rumble came out. Big surprise there. Didn't see that one coming, really. Well, yeah, I did. But I had a theory. And I thought it was good. If you win the Royal Rumble, you should come out as number one. And then it'll be bigger if you win. And I thought, oh, cool. The winner of last year's Royal Rumble can win again. Build up his character even more as this grandiose, unstoppable force. And it kind of fell through. He was eliminated later on. There were 20 in, number 9, hid under the ring. Now, only heels should ever hide under the ring. Not a face. Granted, his little bastard gimmick had him hiding under the ring. But this was just asinine. And in fact, outside of the ring, he was responsible for an elimination. It was The Miz. Who cares? End of story. Miz is eliminated by a grown man who's pretending to be a little kid. And then it happened again. False thing going on. Hornswoggle's picked up and surrounded by the Predator and a man who really should wear a shirt. And, well, you guessed it. Finlay came out, jumped the gun, and started wailing on both of them, and then carried Hornswoggle out like he was carrying a lost child in the mall. By his little hand, he was walking. And it was great, because this is the Royal Rumble. You get to face any world champion. Oh, wait. There was a world champion in the Royal Rumble. ECW champion Chavo Guerrero was entered in the Royal Rumble. I kid you not. He was one of the 5 people who weren't qualified for it until today. The ECW World Champion. That's like Vince walking up to Paul Heyman's house, ringing the doorbell, and punching him right in the face. Well, Chavo was in. Chavo was eliminated by the Feast of the Game. Game comes in at number 29, and who can be better than the Game? Once again, number 30, the one who has never won a Royal Rumble the first 19 times. Number 31 again. And who is number 30, you ask? John fucking Cena. Wow. A man who wasn't even supposed to be in the match. No one's supposed to know about this guy. He was supposed to be making a movie somewhere and supposedly couldn't be back until Memorial Day. Now he's back. God, I really hope that they do something about this. He's not cleared to wrestle or some stupid thing. Anyway, that's all. That's all I have. Because it was a waste of money. You know, I spent some money to see the match. It was a waste of money, and I don't think I'll be seeing WrestleMania. See ya.